Fortunately, we don't have any severe weather like that, and you could not have had much better weather for an Easter Sunday today.
No,
it was fantastic.
It was beautiful, and we actually saw less cloud coverage than what we were expecting to see today. We saw lots of sunshine. At least here in Huntsville, we saw lots of sunshine, and temperatures were in the 80s. It was quite pretty
Yeah,
outside.
we like it like that, but it's not going to establish the temperatures might stay, but the rain's coming back, isn't it?
It is, sadly. Looking at Monday, tomorrow morning, we'll have a cold front that's going to sweep through the Tennessee Valley. Now, this cold front is going to start to stall out as it gets closer to central Alabama. It'll start to turn into a stationary front, which means we're going to see rounds of rain and storms as we go throughout most of the week this week. But good news is no severe weather is likely with this system. We're mostly just expecting some heavy patches of rain as well as a few rumbles of thunder. So again, no severe weather likely with this system. Let's start to track it out here on Futurecast. We start to see these storms make their way through the Shoals as well as Lawrenceburg at 8:30 in the morning tomorrow. This is going to be affecting some morning commutes. It'll eventually move off to the I-65 corridor by 4:30 tomorrow. Again, heading home from work, going to be affecting these commutes. Now, notice that after this main line, we're still seeing scattered showers following the cold front, which means that all of us are going to be seeing continuous rain going throughout the day tomorrow. It'll eventually move off to the Sand Mountain region by late tomorrow at around 8 p.m. And then we're going to deal with lots of scattered showers going into the early hours on Tuesday, as well as the morning hours on Tuesday, waking up to yet another round of some heavy rainfall, as well as some rumbles of thunder, and eventually calming out as we go into the later hours Tuesday afternoon, but then climbing back up again until Tuesday night. Now, looking at the WAAY 31 Sky Cam sponsored by Thompson Roofing and Construction, we're staying mostly quiet. Temperatures are quite mild. We're going to be in the lower 70s right now, and for overnight lows, we're not going to drop much more. We're going to be in the upper 60s for most of us, 67 in Decatur and Huntsville, 63 in Gunnersville, 69 for Muscle Shoals. Now, going out the door tomorrow, we know it's going to be rainy. We know we're going to want to grab that rain jacket umbrella, but you're not going to need a sweatshirt. We're going to be quite warm. We're going to be starting off the day in the upper 60s, eventually warming up to the lower 70s by 9 a.m. And then we'll start to settle out into the mid 70s by lunchtime. And that's where we're going to stay for forecast highs for tomorrow. Notice it's a little bit cooler here in the Shoals than it is in Sand Mountain. That cold front's not going to quite sweep through yet until the later hours tomorrow. So you're going to be in the lower 70s in the Shoals tomorrow, but we're going to be in the 80s in Sand Mountain as we go into tomorrow. Rain chances for the next week going to be sticking with us. Again, that stationary front's going to continuously pump in rain chances as we go further into the week. This is a look at one of our long-range models. We can see that we're going to be dealing with rain as we go throughout Wednesday as well as Thursday morning, and then as well as Thursday night. It's just going to be continuous rain as we go further into the work week. And then again, Friday night, still dealing with this rain from the stationary front. Severe weather-wise, we're not going to be dealing with any, which is grateful because, you know, this is the time of year that we do see severe weather, and we're not seeing any with the system. So that's on good news, but we will be seeing some muggy weather as we go throughout the whole week next week. But temperature-wise, we're going to be quite nice. We just got to deal with all this rain, and then we're going to be seasonable. We're going to be in the mid to upper 70s, and then as we go in further into the work week, we'll bounce back into the 80s, 81 degrees on Friday as well as Saturday. Starting off the work week next week, staying in the 80s, a little bit warmer than average, and then overnight lows are going to be in the mid 60s. So if we can just deal with this rain, we have nice temperatures, Jim.
No, we got great temperatures right now.
Yeah.
You haven't get through the rain, at least it's during the work week, right?
Yeah.
During the work and school week, and by next weekend.
Yeah, maybe
it'll
it'll calm out.
That'll be nice. Thanks, Laine.